In the 2004 film Soul Plane, a scrappy Nashawn Wade, played by Kevin Hart, realizes a dream and launches a hip-hop heavy airline. But he could fly even higher if he could win back his ex-girlfriend Giselle during the maiden flight. Welcome to Hip Hop Movie Club. This is a show for Gen X hip-hop fans who want to relive the glory days and reconsider classic and modern hip-hop films from a current-day perspective. Together, we'll explore some of the larger societal issues raised in these films. And if you've seen today's movie before, then you'll learn some fascinating trivia you might have missed. If you haven't seen today's movie before, then we'll help you decide whether this film is worth your time. Either way, you'll be a smarter hip-hop fan by the end of this episode. In the next 30 minutes or so, you'll get all this and more. We're three old heads who put their old heads together to vibe on these films for you. I'm Dino Wright, serial podcaster and student of film, and I owned De La Soul's Me, Myself, and I on Kasingle.
I'm JB, 80s and 90s nostalgia junkie, longtime hip-hop fan, and I like them brown, yellow, Puerto Rican, and Haitian.
Hey, I'm Boogie, a DJ, longtime hip-hop fan, and my councilman is Dupree, Do It All Kelly, 1/3 of the legendary hip-hop group Lords of Underground. West Ward, North New Jersey, baby.
Cheap rocker.
New York, stand up. In this episode, we'll answer the question, can Nashawn land this plane, get the girl, and keep them heads ringing?
Soul Plane is a 2004 comedy depicting basically an urban hip-hop version of the original Airplane movie from 1980. Yes, the Leslie Nielsen one. The plot centers around Nashawn Wade's unlikely rise to become owner of his own airline, which he calls NWA. The movie's chock full of jokes, sight gags, hip-hop cameos, and dysfunction, such as the lone white family on the flight, the Hunkies. All right, now, let's get into some rapid-fire questions here. What's a funnier line from the film? We higher than Redman at the Source Awards? Or D.L. Hewley saying, looking like a disco lemon about John Witherspoon? Boogie, what do you think is a funnier line?
I gotta go with Higher Than Redman at the Source Awards. I'm just saying.
That was a great line.
That's pretty classic right there.
Because if you know, you know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
I love the Disco Lemon one, though. The Disco Lemon one was my favorite one.
A wild suit that John Witherspoon was sporting there.
If you've seen Boomerang, he does a kind of similar thing, and that makes me think of that, and that's why this is even more funny to me.
So in the cockpit of the plane, we see a Fred Sanford bobblehead, which is just incredible. Which bobblehead would you like to have? If you could have a bobblehead of anyone, who would you like to have one of? And I'll ask both of you guys. Boogie, you could have a bobblehead.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of bobbleheads, but there's this one bobblehead. Actually, it came out not too long ago. They released it in Atlanta. It's featuring Outkast, both of them, Big Boy and Andre 3000 riding in a Cadillac. Like, you get a twofer right there. So with that alone, I'm like, you know what? That's the one I want right there.
I saw that. Actually, I think they're giving that away at a Braves game.
Yeah.
Because they're in the ATL towards the end of May.
I want that.
So yeah, that looks like an awesome one. Yeah. How about you, Donna? Right?
Oh boy, this is a tough question, but I think I would want a Busta Rhymes from the Got You All in Check video, like one of his like various characters in that. So I could say that the head nod could be the bobblehead.
So I want What's Happening bobbleheads. I don't know why they haven't been produced yet, but like a No Roger, No Rerun, No Rent.
That's a classic.
The three of them.
That's a great answer.
With a picket signs.
I want those guys in the bobblehead form. I want Rerun to be jiggling and dancing. So What's Happening and also Three's Company were like my two favorite shows. So I want like a Jack Tripper bobblehead also. I haven't seen any of those.
Mr. Furley lend himself nicely to a bobblehead because his head was always shaking with like, stuff happening.
That's right.
All the hijinks around him.
Can't forget Leisure Shoot Furley.
With the color for ascot or the scarves, exactly. Yes, yes.
Perfect.
Man, I wish they had these.
Perfect.
With the ascot.
The
Shout out to Don Knotts.
Lee Don Hudson and Mr. Roper, Norman Fell, whose classic shtick was just to like stare at the camera awkwardly for like 5 seconds. Exactly. Nice.
Breaking the fourth wall.
All right. Another funny thing in the movie here, Soul Plane, we see people passing the Popeye's chicken box over the seats to their other passengers and napkins, etc. So, settle the chicken sandwich debate here. Whose is best? Which one is your favorite? Boogie?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one because I think it depends on where I'm at. Like I like the Popeyes one. They rejuvenated the craze for the chicken sandwich because the chicken sandwich was kind of getting played out by the side because most people were just getting the burgers. They're spicy chicken sandwiches. They had the chicken sandwich all along, but KFC has a really good one.
Theirs is really good. Mm-hmm.
KFC's is really good. It's about the same quality of the Popeyes one, but and also depending on where you are, you could get a really good Wendy's one too. Because some Wendy's ones, depending on where you are, they make it's that same quality. So I'm like, I'm undecided right now. I think it's just kind of dependent on where I'm at. Like from near Popeyes, I'll grab a Popeyes. Coincidentally, there's one around the corner. I can grab one anytime I want right there. So I've been doing that quite often. but if I'm like by KFC or Wendy's, I'll probably grab one of these as well. I think the three of those are probably my top three. I don't know if I could say put one ahead of the other. Although the spicy Popeyes one is really really good, and the others don't really have spicy variations. I think that's my final answer.
Donna, right? I know you're foodie as well.
I say that the Popeyes one is the best of the national brands. The spicy chicken one especially. That when that came out, like I had people texting me like, "You got to go today to get it." But if you're going to be in the Philadelphia area, you got to go to Federal Donuts and get their chicken sandwich because it is top quality. I'm glad I ate that.
I heard they're opening a new one close to your old stomping grounds, maybe in Marlton or Cherry Hill area.
This is true. They're opening one in Marlton, I think, which is a lot easier for me to access. I'll be getting some chicken sandwiches.
Ooh.
I did hear that kind of news travels very fast in my circle.
Awesome. I forgot to send you that link. I'm glad you heard.
I'm out of the loop.
You got to come down to South Jersey when it opens, or if you're in Philly next time you're in the 215, got to go get Federal Donuts. Mm-hmm. They got them at the Wells Fargo Center. So the last time I went to the Flyers, I went to the Sixers game.
Oh,
Federal Donuts. That's the move. Speaking of Sixers games, they also have a Shake Shack, and their chicken sandwich is pretty good too.
I got Federal Donuts at the Phillies game one time. Small donut and the chicken sandwich. It was delectable.
So wait, they remixed the chicken sandwich with a donut?
No, no.
Nice.
But they also sell chickens. They also sell chicken sandwiches.
Oh, I was about to say, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No, I mean you could do that yourself. You could do that yourself.
They serve donuts on the side.
No, but they got donuts. They're known for their donuts, but they have some fantastic fried chicken.
Ah, gotcha.
So they got what you need.
I'm a big fan of the Popeyes. Yeah, the Popeyes chicken sandwich is my favorite.
Yeah.
I haven't had all of them. KFC is good. Wendy's is good. Even McDonald's stepped up their game and made a decent one. They were doing a promotion for a while. Like by me, if the Phillies win, it was like $1 for the chicken sandwich. I was getting those a year or two ago. I think they upped it. You know which one I did not like, and it has a lot of hype, is Raising Cane's. Have you guys had?
No, I haven't had them.
I've not tried that yet. I have to try that.
Visiting my mom a few months back, and
there's one.
There's one by Oxford Valley Mall on Route 1 in Langhorne.
That's right.
I waited like 30, 35 minutes. It was just a random weekend, like a Saturday, 3 or 4 p.m. Waited forever, and I got it. And it's like, it comes with this cane sauce. The sauce was so bland, like there was nothing on it. And the chicken was okay. It was not up to all the hype. But yeah, the chicken sandwich.
That's not the same as the Ryan Howard.
Oh, no.
Sorry. That's not the same as the Ryan Howard one, right? He has a different one.
Ryan Howard is owner of a different chain. I forget.
Yeah, different chain. Okay.
But yeah, there's a whole cottage industry. There's multiple newer places that sell primarily chicken sandwiches now. I
The
forget.
Jollibee one's pretty good, but you have to beat a certain area to get that. So
Man,
Yeah.
next time you're in Edison, roll up to the Jollibee. Just get their fried chicken.
come a long way from getting Cluck You sandwiches.
I want a fried chicken sandwich.
Oh man, Rider people, TCNJ people, you know what's up.
Late night Cluck You.
Clucker bees, the wings, yeah, the spud potatoes. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, I think Popeyes is really solid still. An actress in this movie, Sofia Vergara. What a vixen! Where does she rank in all-time vixenry? If that's even a word. She's up there. Would you say she's top
Yeah, she's top
100, top
notch.
50?
She's up there. She's way up there. I mean, yeah. Yeah, she's up there. She's definitely top tier.
Yeah, yeah, she's top tier. Beautiful woman. The accent is amazing. Yep,
She's elite. Yeah,
she's elite. Yep, yep.
she'd go high in many drafts.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. So Kevin Hart played Nashawn. Was this Kevin Hart's breakout role? So this movie came out in 2004, May of 2004, quite early in his career. I don't know his whole filmography off the top of my head.
I think he said that this is the movie that allowed him to have a national presence.
Yeah,
I think he started a tour after this.
yeah. I think this is the role because I think back. I don't recall him. I mean, I could probably go back and dig and find him and stuff, but I remember when I first saw Soul Plane, I was like, "Oh, who's this guy? He's funny." And then I started seeing his face. Yeah, that's the guy from Soul Plane. I didn't really remember his name. Like, that's the guy from Soul Plane. That's the guy from Soul Plane. And then I was like, oh, that's Kevin Hart, the guy from Soul Plane. But I think this is the one where his face and his comedic presence was first gained a lot of attention. Yeah,
So Tom Arnold plays Mr.
It's
Hucky,
hunky, yeah.
Hunky, Hunky, Hunkee, right? What? So when you think of Tom Arnold, what do you think? What would you say he's best known for? I mean, for me, I think he's known for having been married to Roseanne, right? That's the first thing I think of, right?
That's the first thing that I thought of.
The word association.
yeah, Roseanne.
Yep, from Roseanne.
I
Yeah.
remember him as sort of Arnold Schwarzenegger's sidekick in True Lies, but I know there are other movies that were bigger than that he would be known for. But I just remember that one very clearly.
Yeah, definitely. I think definitely Roseanne because, like you said, like you can find other movies with him in it, but like the first thing that immediately clicks is the association with Roseanne.
The one image I also have of him on screen is in one of the Austin Powers movies, where he, ironically, is a toilet scene, and he's
Yes, that's right.
telling
That's right. Yes.
Mike Myers, Austin Powers, like, who does number 2 work for? That whole funny scene that you see a lot of memes and stuff about. So he was in that, and I think that was ironic because there's like that toilet scene here where Kevin Hart's butt gets stuck in the toilet. So it all comes full circle, spiral circle. So in this movie, also Karl Malone had a great cameo. Karl, the mailman Malone from the Utah Jazz. Would you say he's the best NBA player to never have won a championship? He's definitely up there. Can you think of any others?
I mean, he's definitely up there. I mean, there's a few that I could probably put up in a similar capacity, like Charles Barkley.
Barkley's the other big one that I think of. Yeah,
Patrick Ewing.
Ewing. Yep. I guess you can look at Malone's teammates, John Stockton as well, another Hall of Famer.
John Stockton, yeah, John
Malone,
Stockton, absolutely.
Barkley, Ewing. Those have got to be like some of the best from our era of watching it as we grew up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the only thing with Malone though, he's kind of got like a little. He's got a little bit of a blemish on his legacy, some of his off court actions, but on the court, the man was the truth. Mm-hmm. He was the truth on the court. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Like he was serious on the court. The mailman delivered.
He had 36,000 career points. For me, it's Malone,
Yeah.
maybe Barkley, but I'm trying to think. Malone had 2 finals appearances or 1?
I think 2. I thought, did the Bulls beat the Jazz twice? Possibly. Or maybe the Jazz got there against another
team.
It's
been a long time now.
Yeah.
But if you think a traditional power forward, like Karl Malone is the guy you put up there.
Oh yeah.
These positions have evolved a bit more where you have to be like more of a shooter. Like I guess Kevin Durant can play power forward as well as small forward. He can do it all, but like there's more versatility these days. But like when you said power forward, like the big dude that can get to the hoop, can defend, and have that short range game. Yeah. That's Karl Malone. Yeah.
Just power and just power.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the ability to score, like he gets to that basket, like you gonna foul him, he's still gonna score. Yeah.
Malone and Stockton are my favorite duo in NBA Jam. Also, I mean, why would you pick any other duo?
Classic duo right there.
Yeah. All right. So also in the movie, in the not the first class, but I guess the regular seating here, they were serving Colt 45 or Alizé. Either you guys ever had either, and what's better? I know Colt 45 is more like malt beer, right?
Yeah, it's like a malt liquor, beer tasting. But yeah, I've definitely had both. I mean, Billy D. Williams growing up, Colt 45, he was the face of it right there, and nobody was cooler than Billy D. Williams at that moment in time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, anybody, when I got older, I was like, yeah, I gotta get that Billy D stuff right there. But Alizé is it's more of a cognac type flavor, but it was part of a huge fad in the local bar and club scene around here. I'm trying to remember. I can't necessarily remember what it tastes like by itself, but there was a drink that they were mixing. It was called the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, you would take 1 part Hennessy and 1 part Alizé. We would mix it, and we swirl it. It would turn green. And it hit hard too, just like the Hulk.
Okay then.
But it's so funny. Like now, if I go into a store and I see a bottle of Alizé, I'm like, man, I remember when everybody was going nuts for that. Now they can't get rid of it.
I know Dinah Wright doesn't imbibe, but I haven't tried either. It's funny you come up with an image of what you think something is without even knowing. For some reason, Alizé in my mind tastes like black licorice or something, like the anise taste, but I have no idea. But
yeah, I think it might be like a blue. I think it's like a blue raspberry taste.
Blue raspberry, yeah.
I think it was a blue raspberry. Yeah, it was fruity. It was sweet. It had a sweetness to it. It was definitely sweet.
I'll have to try it in a shot size at some point. So another question here is like, how ridiculous is the premise of this movie? As I alluded to before, Kevin Hart's butt gets stuck in the toilet and his dog dies that he's trying to bring on the flight due to human error, and it netted him a $100 million lawsuit settlement. I mean, that's just bizarre. I don't think that would ever happen. Do you guys think that's realistic at all? That so much money would be paid for that type of situation?
Yeah, I don't know if it would, but if it was, I'm like, I don't know what kind of airline you would be able to buy with it.
Right.
You might be able to buy the plane, if that. But who's going to staff it?
Yeah, that might even get
exactly. Like he would not have his own company just based on that.
Yeah.
I was doing the basic research a few months back, and it was like he got $100 million is what was stated in the movie. But for reference, American Airlines is valued at over $10 billion. Even if you want to go smaller scale, Spirit Airlines, which is your bare bones, is like $2.19 billion valuation. So it doesn't make any sense. Now, I know this was back 18, 19 years ago. However, it still didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Even so, the conversion is like 100 million now, or then is 160 million now. So it
doesn't make sense.
It's still on the same scale.
Well, we know this is all hyperbolic anyway. It's a bunch of hyperbole in here, and it's just kind of a joke. But I just thought it was like, it didn't really add up. So as I mentioned, this film was out May 28th, 2004. So let's review what was happening back then. I found a few things. Athens, Greece, the birthplace of the Olympics, was gearing up to host the Summer Olympic Games. And some of the top grossing movies in May of 2004 were Shrek 2, Van Helsing, Troy, The Day After Tomorrow, and Mean Girls.
I love Mean Girls.
Mean Girls is a cult classic.
That's my guilty pleasure movie right there. I was sitting, I would quote it right along with them.
Kill Bill Volume 2 was in the top 10. Quentin Tarantino had his like samurai trend going. Looking at some of the top hip-hop songs for the year, I don't think it was a super great year based on the songs I saw. Lean Back by Fat Joe, Yeah by Usher, which had Ludacris featured, Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg, and Tipsy by Jaquan. Those were like some big banging hits. Other than that, I didn't really find all that many that were like, whoa, that was huge. So that takes you back, though. Everybody in the club get tipsy.
Lean Back is still my song. I still like that. And you know, still gets the is a great like wedding reception song. It gets the crowd on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And Drop It Like a Hot. Yeah. Tipsy's regional. It depends on where you're at.
Uh-huh.
Some people might like it, some people don't like it. But yeah, Drop It Like a Hot and will definitely get people on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I will mention All Falls Down by Kanye West came out this year. Say what you will about Ye, but that was a great song.
Yeah, that really was. And Stacey Dash ain't been right since she was in that video with Kanye Let It
Go. She left it, it all went down. It all fell down.
She ain't been right since.
Some other happenings around that time frame. Facebook, social media app, launched on February 4th of 2004. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, won a record-tying 11 Oscars at the time. Final episode of Friends aired on NBC on May 6th of that year, drawing an estimated 66 million viewers in North America alone. And 30-second ads cost advertisers $2 million. And August 19th, Google became a publicly traded company via an IPO. We'd only invested back then with this little search engine called Google.
Seriously.
Yeah.
We'd all be able to buy a soul plane.
Buy our own soul plane.
We each have our own airline company.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Do you know what Google's original name was? I saw this piece of trivia.
I forget now.
I think I may have mentioned it. It was on my trivia night that I had. Did you say, what's that, Boogie?
I forgot what it was.
You would never think of it because it has nothing to do with search engines or technology. It was called Backrub.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking.
Okay, then.
If you look at like the rainbow colored letter, like if you Google Google's original name, you'll see it. It looks like the same Google font. It was called Backrub.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I don't remember it as that. If it ever even went live as a search engine, or that was just the name that they had. But
I was an Alta Vista user, so
Alta Vista.
I wasn't using
Alta
Backrub.
Vista.
No.
Alta Vista. Goodness.
You were an Ask Jeeves guy?
I was not an Ask Jeeves guy.
Oh, Jeeves. Ask Jeeves.
Remember Ask Jeeves? He was like a butler.
Ask Jeeves was ahead of his time,
though. Butler.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Lycos?
Wow.
I can think of Lycos, Alta Vista.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lycos, yeah.
I had Lycos' email address for a long time.
Yeah. I had a Hotmail address for quite a while.
Yeah, Hotmail. and Yahoo.
Yeah. All right. So Kevin Hart did an outstanding job with this movie. Who else could have played that role? Who do you guys think?
That's tough.
It's tough to ever replace someone like Kevin Hart. Yeah.
He's like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the A-list person for this kind of.
Like, I always equate Chris Tucker a little bit to him because I think Chris Tucker laid some of the foundation for Kevin Hart's style. So maybe.
Yeah. They're right.
Yep.
They're in the same kind of league. Yeah.
Yeah, early Chris Tucker, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
How about Tom Arnold?
Yeah. Who's the new Tom Arnold?
Like
Who's
a
the new
doofy
Tom
white
Arnold?
guy. Maybe like Jim Carrey could have pulled it off, probably.
Jim Carrey. Even like John Goodman
Yeah.
probably could have pulled it off. Yeah. I mean, in that time frame, yeah.
That's like a Paul Blart.
Oh, Kevin James. Yeah,
Kevin James.
Oh,
yes.
I could see that. I
Kevin
could see that,
James.
definitely. That's a good
Kevin
one.
James.
He's like the new Tom Arnold.
Kevin James, definitely. Yeah. Kevin James, definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Will Ferrell could have done it, but Will Ferrell's a little bit more goofy, like outrageous. Like, he would probably steal some of the comedic stuff from Kevin Hart, whereas Tom Arnold was more kind of like straight
Tom
edge,
Arnold's
like,
more of the straight man,
clueless
kind
type,
of ne'er-do-well. Like, he could do that ne'er-do-well kind of thing, or be doofy like that Tom Arnold archetype.
Now, here's a question we'll ask from time to time. Do you think Soul Plane could be made into like a Netflix series? Does it lend itself to that?
I'm on the fence with this one because I kind of see how it could be, because it is an airline, and because it's an airline, you're going to be flying to multiple locations, picking up different people, and that gives a chance for other people to come in and cameo, guest star on the show, kind of like how the Love Boat.
I was just about to say the Love Boat or Fantasy Island.
Yeah, how the Love Boat used to be in Fantasy Island. They used to bring in some A-listers and they would be like, play like a brief cameo in an episode. So I think in that aspect, you might be able to get it to work if the writing is good. The writing is good. That's really what it would all depend on, the writing, because the ability to do it, like I said, with all the different locations that an airline can fly to, the sky's the limit. But you have to write.
I thought the same. I think it could, because of multiple flights, like you said, and different guests. I think it'll be hilarious. Just very lighthearted. Yeah. People can spoof on themselves. Yeah. Like I like the concept of a ghetto themed airport and terminal, and like it's silly, and I think it could work for a while. Maybe like 1 or 2 seasons would be kind of funny. So I would say yes. So we talked about some of the songs around that time frame, but there were some pretty good ones in this movie. Nelly's "Ride With Me" was in the movie. Gin and Juice, because Snoop Dogg had a pretty decent role in it, and then Tipsy was in the movie as well. So I kind of like the music that was in the movie.
Yeah, it was good. I think the music was pretty good. It was entertaining. It flowed with whatever was going on, like the club party scenes, and they were doing the music video shoot. I think everything kind of worked. The music worked.
Yeah, even the security or TSA workers they cracked me up. They were singing "In the Club." They were like their own version, and there was a spoof of "Survivor" by.
Oh yes.
Was that a Beyonce or Destiny's Child song? Child. Was it a solo or Destiny's Child? Yeah. That was funny when they were doing the safety video. That was good. Lots of laughs in here. Let's go around then. Boogie, for soul playing. Bring that funky flick back,
Bring that funky flick back.
or leave it in the vault.
Yeah, I got to bring that funky flick back. I mean, I wasn't sure how I would feel about watching it again, considering I haven't seen it in so long, but it was definitely funny. It's one of those movies like, you want some over the top slapstick, just something lighthearted. I mean, this will be a good one for you. So I say bring that funky flick back.
That all right?
I didn't actually enjoy it as much as I thought I would, even though John Witherspoon was in it. So I'm going to leave it in the vault.
For me, I'm going to say bring that funky flick back. I thought it was enjoyable. I would watch it another time or two. I had some issues with it because some of the stuff they spoofed the original Airplane, some of the stuff they didn't, and I was like, either go all in or don't. But regardless of that, I thought it was funny. I was laughing quite a lot. So I would watch it a few more times.
Soul Plane was directed by Jesse Terrero and written by Chuck Wilson and Bo Zenga. Produced by David Scott Rubin and Jesse Terrero. Released in 2004 and featuring Tom Arnold, Kevin Hart, Method Man, Snoop Dogg, and many others. Hip Hop Movie Club is produced by your HHMCs, JB, Boogie, and Dino Wright. Theme music by Boogie. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Hip Hop Movie Club. On the next episode of the Hip Hop Movie Club podcast, your HHMCs will review Malibu's Most Wanted. It drops in 2 weeks. Subscribe today in your favorite podcast app and you won't miss it. Shout out to you listeners. Thanks for tuning in.
And remember, don't hate, accentuate.
Shout out to Brain Freeze Trivia in the Lehigh Valley. Check out the Instagram, brain_freeze_trivia _time. That's Brain Freeze Trivia time on Instagram.